Okay, we are on the back end of Oliva imports, and first we're going to go over how to edit your pages. You're going to want to go to the left-hand side and scroll over the menu items and go to pages. To edit the pages, you will find the title of the page you want to edit. So if you go to the anti-aging, we'll use that as a sample, you can either click on the title itself or on the word edit. You can also select quick edit, and quick edit is for changing things like the date, the slug, um, whether there's a parent page, or whether you want to make this a draft. So I'm going to say cancel, and we're going to click on the title and go to the page. Now the site is built with Page Builder. Page Builder is something that makes the site in sections. So we're going to go over that now. Okay. These are the sections. The sections are in green, and you'll see that each section has a wrapper. The item in gray is a wrapper, and then it has the content. So here is the title for, it's called a fancy heading. It says anti-aging. Now here's the columns, and if you want to change the text, you would go into here. I want to point out that these sections are coded. That means they're hard-coded. So if you do write in here and add things, you would have to code them. So you want to say, I'm just going to say this is a test, just for a starter there. Once you're done writing a paragraph structure, you're going to use this little symbol right here will create a paragraph for you. So you don't have to do it yourself, but that's how that would be created. If you want an extra space in between something, you would use this. So let's suppose you have a paragraph and you want an extra there in between the two paragraphs. That's what you would do. If you want to add a photo, you would just click that link, but you would already have to upload your photo up here. So, all right, let's save this for now. I'll get out of it, close that. You can also do this and do your code in here. So let's add media. So suppose we want to add a photo. Okay. If you go to the text section of the tabs here, let's go back to that. You see here visual, and then there's text. Anything you put here won't be seen on the page, by the way. So you could use this to create your text. So if you want to just say, this is a text here, and style it in there. By the way, you want to see this little tab here. It looks sort of like it's called a toolbar toggle. It looks like a little paint set, and you want to click on that, and we'll give you more options underneath. So if you want to style your text, you would do it in there. Here's an H1. You can also color your text. There's also custom colors. So you can select your color if you want a custom color. All right, so we'll use this as a sample. Let's suppose you do everything in here. You can just go to text, cut, and go back to the section you were working on. So instead of adding the link in here for your photo, because the link would be in there, but it's a little complex like that. So you can just do all of your inserts up on the top part and then just come down here and paste them in here. Now before you publish the page, you have to save there. Changes. Okay, so this is the sample. Here's the preview, and you'll be able to preview it before you publish it. We're obviously not going to save that on the page, but that's just a sample. So we'll go ahead and remove that. And okay, so we're back on the back end. Let's go on ahead and say, make sure nothing's actually changed. Okay. To add a new page, you would go to either the pages here and add new there, or if you're already on a post or a page, you can add new there. You don't have posts, but edit a page, you would add new. So we're going to go ahead and create a title. This is just going to be called test. And again, we don't actually work in this section here. You can, however, again, put your text in there. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to add a section. First, we start with adding a section. We add a wrap, add an item, and usually what you use is a column and a fancy heading. So here's our fancy heading. We're going to go ahead and give this a title. So let's call it title. And here you can see you can use different icons. You can add a slogan here, content underneath. I usually use, or for your site, I believe we have lines. You can animate this. So we're going to have it fade in. And so there's our title. After that, we're going to add a section or column. Now, if you notice, these have grids. So you can add your columns like that. Let's suppose we want 2 columns. You can just copy it like that. Now you have to be careful when editing because here is the edit button. This is a clone button. So if you have one section that's completely finished, you press clone, it's going to copy the same section. If you click delete, it will delete that section. So I'm going to cancel that. So now let's suppose we want to add some text and some photos in there. We're going to go ahead and do the text formatting in this section. Okay, we just went ahead and added some lorem ipsum text, some filler text in here. So we're going to go ahead and format it and say this is your new product page or page to highlight some stuff. So I'm going to go over, highlight the text, and add heading text, heading tags, and that will make it larger. To add bullets or a list. Just highlight the section that you want to have bullets at, and there's our list. Let's have quotes. So there's our block quote. Italics. If you want to add a link, you would insert your link here. Now after you select link, the link button, it says insert edit link. A small pop-up is going to show up here. Now this can be a link to an external page, or it could be to your site. You can go ahead and link options here. When you click on the link options, you're going to notice that all of your pages are there, including product pages. So if you want a link to go to a page, sorry, we didn't miss the highlight there. If you wanted to go to a product page, let's suppose a simmer body mist, and add the link. Now this entire thing links to that page. Go next and copy that. You're not done yet. Now let's put that in this section. And in here, you're going to notice that there's no paragraph formatting. So you'll have to add the paragraph separately. All right. Everything here now has a beginning and an ending code tag. You want to add a color, an image to this background. Fades in, zooms in, bounces in. So there's various settings. Now you're going to save. Okay, so now we're at the page we're working on, and you'll see to add photos in. Let's do that. And also I want to show you how to add a photo above this section. Okay, so we're back on the test page. And here, you'll see this section here. And within this section, you can add a background image. So let's go ahead and select the aqua mineral header. This is going to be centered, top, no repeat. Oops. 20. Save. Alright. Oh, let's add a photo too. So you can go ahead again, and you can just add media into this section here and then just put it on the lower page here, or widgets here. So I suppose we want to add a photo on this side. We'll just go ahead and paste that in there. Okay. All right, now we will preview the changes we've made. Okay, I'm going to create a new section because the photo that we put in there is too large. So let's do this, and if you notice, I just drop and drag. So this is our photo section, and this is the section with all the text, information, and the fancy heading in it. We might also want to add a padding to this top. So it's a little close to the top, so maybe 50 pixels. This is the page we just worked on, and you'll see that the photo is here. You see this padding here? We'll remove that in a second. View, 1 second. Okay, we're back on the back end. There's a section here that says layout. You want to turn that off because we're using the content builder or the muffin builder. So we don't want to have anything show up that belongs in the top. We also want to turn off the padding on the top of the page where we saw above the photo. So this will turn off. It says content remove padding. We want to turn that off. The SEO, that's something we wrote you about, is we need to fill these things in. We'll need some basic, the titles will work off the text, but we will need at least a starting SEO description for the site and as well as keywords. So we'll need that to complete the site and do a site submission to Google and Bing. All right, so let's go ahead and preview the final page. By the way, these are drop and drag. So if you want to switch them around and have the photo on this side and go over there, you can do that. You can also, one more thing. If you want to add, here's a add content short codes. There's a lot of different things you can add to the pages. Power 2. So this is at least the first of a series of different tutorials. So here we have the title, the icons. The icons you would get from a different section. I'll show you after this, but I think it's a right icon, right arrow. You would put the position of the icon here. So if we want the icon picture on the right, actually you don't even really need anything in there. It's just text to go to the store. So let's suppose you want this to go to a product. You would get your link from the store and put it. So let's suppose we want this to go to a product. We're going to get the link and paste it in there. So we have Milky Facial Scrub. Let's suppose we want to add a price here with actual price, well, but we'll put $39.95. And we can add the color of the background or leave it at default. So if you want a color specific, let's say yellow, green, whatever, you want your font to be black, and the rest could be left alone. This will tell you where to put your text. I guess this will go left now. And if you want it to animate, let's say we're going to have a zoom in. All right, let's save those changes and have a preview. Okay, you'll notice that this is the page that we just worked on. The padding is gone from here, and we have our title. We swap the text around, so now it's on this side. Here's the little button we made. It will link to the facial scrub. Here's a sponge photo. All right, so that's the basics of creating a page. There are a lot of questions, probably because there are so many functions once you select the columns.